Good afternoon from New York City. Good morning, early morning, London, UK, London City Airport. What's that beeping sound? I have my seatbelt on. Parking brake. Okay. Okay. That's off. This is my first time flying this airplane. It's a turboprop. So basically it's like a turbine, but instead of like the jet fuel mixing with the air shooting out the back to drive the airplane forward, it just powers the propeller. I put hearts on the wings as usual. It's a very spacious cockpit. I'm going to show you a little later. It's sort of like a luxury light aircraft. Here's the view from outside. We're in London City Airport. We have permission to take off. It's around almost 7 in the morning. Sun is rising. I put some scattered clouds as the weather. And we're going to take off. We're going to fly past London and then southwest past Bournemouth, where I went to university, then across the channel to Brest, not a B-R-E-S-T, in France. And this is a flight that I'm doing for that one of my followers, Marcel Beck, requested. My father was from England, and let's take off and I'll talk on the air. Okay, here we go. Full power. You can hear the nice little sort of like whining sound of the turboprop. This is a fast airplane. This is the fastest, my first time I'm flying a turboprop in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and the fastest airplane I've flown in this game so far. I haven't flown any of the jets. Okay, here we go. Very pretty fast airplane. So we're going to be moving here. I mean, the flight, if I just went straight there, it would take about an hour, 45 minutes really. But since I'm going to, do a few little detours. All right, I'll acknowledge all this because, when you're near a big city, they talk to you a lot. And so, acknowledge the frequency change. So I'm going to keep talking to this. All right, and I'm not going to talk to them anymore right now because I want to be quiet. You notice this really interesting effect here. Like the hot air is coming out from the left side of the airplane. I think over here on that exhaust there. Very slick airplane. And so there's this. Here's the O2 Stadium. Is that what that is? And so it models that effect. It's London City. Hey. I'm not going to spend too much time over London because I am flying. This flight is, I do want to fly over my friend Kareem's house eventually, and eventually I do want to go to not so far from London where some other friends of mine and family live. There's a London Bridge, or it's a Tower Bridge or London Bridge, I always forget the name. The River Thames, the famed River Thames in London town. London is a pretty city, many lovely memories of traveling here when I was a kid, of living here very briefly during my work experience at university. Went to a couple of advertising agencies and realized that I hated advertising. There's the Houses of Parliament in Big Ben. All right. And yeah, very lovely city. Where's the Tate Modern? It's a lot of good memories. Hyde Park with my parents. And I hope to be able to visit again soon. Nice sun rising in the east there. There's a bit of a diversion here. I'm not following my flight plan, but that's all right. We are going to follow it as we here. I'll do a quick flyby over the Big Ben just to make it a bit more exciting here in the beginning. I'm not sure what the top speed dive speed of this airplane. I don't think I have to be as careful as with the Savage Cub pieces coming off, but I'm totally unfamiliar with this airplane. So I'm getting some warning about having landing gear, like the bridge under the water there. What the heck's happening in London? I hope it doesn't get this bad this fast. All right. Okay, here's the Big Ben on the right side. Hey. Lovely moment here early in the morning. I wonder if I can turn off these warnings. There must be a button to turn off these warnings. A little bit of turbulence low over London. And hopefully I don't crash into anything as I'm looking inside the airplane here. Totally unfamiliar with this airplane. I have no... This is my first flight in it, basically. I took off once just to see if my little hearts were appearing on it properly before. But right now, it's really my first flight on this aircraft, so don't mind me really throwing it around in ways that I am not supposed to. Okay, one thing I think I understand is that I have to... That little... pink arrow there, fusky arrow, is my heading where I should be heading. So I think that's the case. So let's try to head that direction since I'm off course here. I'm going to press this button and you'll be able to see, hopefully, the web browser come up. And that's to show you the flight I'm doing. This is a flight site called a Flight Vector or something. And it's used by real pilots. You can use it in the simulator since it's a very high fidelity simulator to find what airport you want to fly into and from. But don't file the flight plan, because if you file the flight plan, you might get in trouble with authorities. They might think that you're a real person flying a real plane somewhere. So we're not going to do that. I'm just showing you what it looks like from there. And let's see if I can... I was messing around. Here you go. I finally started messing around a little more with the drone view, and I managed to get a little bit of distance here. I managed to do these little fly paths like that. Just then press it again so it keeps following the plane. I can actually fly it from this view so you can see like the landscape from this greater distance. This is a louder airplane, much louder than normal than I'm used to. And I hope it's not too loud for you in the stream. I'll try to fix that if it is, if it becomes like that eventually, okay? And I'm going by, I don't know how to use these navigation systems. I don't know what all these buttons do here. So I'm just going to fly using these very helpful radar screens here. And I think they're Garmin ones, or by some company that makes a lot of these avionics. They're called the flight instrumentation of these modern airplanes, all digital screens and stuff that helps you know where you are and see your position in the airspace, and then so you can compare it with existing landmarks in your Google Maps flight plan or whatever you use, or a SkyVector website. You can see there's quite a bit of I wonder if there's a roll trim in this. The pitch frame rate got pretty low there. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there you go. It's better. Beautiful clouds this morning. So I really want to be able to pitch this airplane to the left, because since it's a single propeller and I think it's very powerful, this turboprop, it keeps wanting to turn right. And I might have to look at the controls later, but for now I'm just going to have to hold my keep turning left here with my stick. All right. Okay, I think I'm going more or less in the right heading, but I'm off. I think I may be totally off with this, but I think that solid bar in the middle on that fusky arrow there, since it's to the left, it means I'm off course to the right, and maybe that's XTK is what that means. I don't know what the terms for this are, but that would be my guess. If I was directly on course and on my predetermined route, that would be a solid line. This thing would be a solid line there. I think that's my best guess, just from general like not experience with flight simulators and aviation. But beautiful airplane. This airplane here. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. This airplane is, I think, one of the. It turned out to be, after like 2 or 3 weeks of gameplay, Microsoft released some data that this is the most popular airplane to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think I know why. The reason why is it's fast, and it's a turboprop. It's a single propeller airplane, relatively simple compared to the jets, multi-engine big airplanes, but very fast because it's a turboprop, and it's quite slick and pretty as well. Even more of the little hearts I put there to reflect my desire for more love and peace in the world here. And look at these pretty clouds. Early morning here in the UK. I'm flying a southwest heading and headed to, oh, there you go. There's, see, that line there, that's my original course. Once I get there, I'm going to try to follow that, and that should take us right almost above Bournemouth, a little bit to a little bit to the northwest of Bournemouth, so I'm going to do a little diversion to maybe, I don't know if I can do a touch and go with this airplane, but we might try it. Let's see what we see when we get there, okay? And once I get over that line, I'm gonna point it right over that line, and hopefully this thing here will become solid. I think that's how that instrument works. I don't know the technical term for it, but we're gonna find out. Nice to see some to be able to fly in a faster airplane over clouds. One of my favorite things to do in real life flight when I'm, not flying, or especially if I were flying the airplane, but even when I'm in a commercial jetliner, my favorite parts of the flight is always passing by clouds, and you can then really get an idea for how fast you are moving in the air. And you see these clouds passing by, or the tops of clouds especially passing by really quick by you. So I'm gonna lower my nose here, in some more airspeed, and I'm going to cruise right above these clouds here, so we can get a feel for this, over this beautiful English countryside. The green patches of various different shades of greens, browns, in the very fertile land down there. Very pretty morning. This thing here, I was reading up a bit on the TBM 930, I think is the name of this model of this aircraft. Joint effort by some American company and a French company. And this thing here is a radar, a weather radar. Expensive piece of equipment, I believe. Usually weather radars are here. They're like the little. It's like as if you colored you took a piece of like a magic marker, a black magic marker, or a piece of coal, and you painted your nose black. And you see those, like in the 80s, the planes did that a lot. It was like a Soviet Toby dog type, like I don't know what's that character from that cartoon, I forget. And so that's usually where the radar is. You put the radar on the nose of the plane, but that's only if your engine is not here. Since the engine is here, you can't do that because that's taking up that space. So the radar has been moved over there on that thing over there. I can probably show you better if I use. I'll just show it to you from inside. That thing here, that's the weather radar on this plane, instead of being the nose. So we do have weather radar capabilities. I don't know if that's already built into this central display here. Oh, now I passed see, look, I passed that. Now that the bar is to the other side, so now that means that I have to turn to the right. You have to turn to wherever that bar is to get back on course here. So let's get back on course. It's really sloppy flying of mine here, but I'm talking, I'm flying. I'm not a professional here. I'm an amateur, and it's wonderful to have these video games that let amateurs pretend they're professional.
Landing gear.
Why does it say landing gear when I point down? Is that just? Oh. Okay, I'm just cutting back on the throttle because that's just my flying the Cessna 172 and the Savage Cub, especially so long. I'm very concerned about Microsoft menu of death when you overstress the airframe by going too fast. But in this plane, I don't have to worry so much because, okay, there you go, that 270 knots, it says you should start worrying according to this control over here, to this display here. But I can go at almost twice the speed without having to worry, almost twice the speed as the Cessna 152, and the Savage Cub, which is kind of feels exciting, almost like I'm flying a World War II fighter again. All right, let's get on course here. There's some airport Echo Golf Tango Delta, a little airfield down here. Not sure what that is, but there it is. This looks like a World War. Oh, is that a jet down there, or is that just a satellite image? Take a look. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. That's from the satellite image. It got basically imprinted. A jet got imprinted into the landscape. Okay, that's one of the quirks of this engine here that Asobo Studios and Microsoft have made. The stuff in the world is made out of the satellite images. So if the satellite image happened to have an airplane on the runway, that airplane is going. It's as if you took like a big like you're making cookies and you took like a cookie shape to cut out a little man, but it's the shape of an airplane, and you smacked it down on the satellite imagery, and then that airplane was left there. Okay, so cookie airplane. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on? ITT torque too high maybe? Okay, let's get the torque a little bit lower. Alright. Totally unfamiliar with this. Good thing it beeps. It tells me what's going on because I don't know. Alright, here we go. Through the clouds. Very whiny plane. Very nice here. Flying on top of the clouds. Heading southwest from London City Airport, from London. Heading towards Brest. Brest in, I think it's northwest France, is that right? Take a quick look at the big map here. Yeah, western France. Western tip. I could go to Land's-End. That's gonna be another flight when my father grew up in St. Ives, Land's End. But at this point I'm just gonna pass by Bournemouth. Maybe a touch and go on a roof. With this airplane, it seems a bit risky, but hey, why not? Maybe just a low flyby over Bournemouth University, if I can find the Talbot campus. It'll be 5 Maple Road. I don't know if I'll be able to. That'll be a difficult one to find. These little towns, the population has grown so much. They're like little mazes from the air, especially like little labyrinths, and to find a spot, it can be really difficult. Because although in England a lot of these developments, all the houses look the same. You know, it's like rows and rows of little houses of the same design, so it can be challenging to find what you're looking for. Very pretty day here over England. Current date, a little bit earlier in the time, in the early morning. And I'm not using live weather. I'm using one of my favorite, the broken clouds or scattered clouds weather, that gives you these nice cloud formations that you can fly around in. Much more noisy airplane. Turboprops are much more noisy, that's for sure. Alright, we're right on course. It's not bad. The bearing 229er. That is, yeah, like almost smack on southwest. Southwest about 225. But I really need to figure out this trim here. Maybe I'll even look in the menu to okay, let's see. Actually, I'll look up on my other computer in Google. Road trim NSFS 2020. Let's see what the buttons are. Attack of the Fanboy. Here's some website. Okay, what's the road trim? Let's see. Seven and 1. Okay. Oh, okay. Those are. Oh, here you go. Is that it? No, that's rudder. Let's see. Very beautiful one. I'll leave you at that view while I figure out this road trim, okay? See, it keeps rolling to the right there. I want to stop that from happening. Okay, here you go. Aileron trim left, control numpad 4, control numpad 6. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right. See, if I release my hands here from this. The stick, okay. I'm releasing my hands. That's what happens. Right. The prop is turning one way. There's a lot of torque, so the whole airplane wants to turn the other way. So the way I fix that, I'll show you from an outside view. Is see these little things here? This is what those little wings there that move. Those are the ailerons. So I'm going to trim them. There's these little trim tabs. You can just see one right there. I got that little tab right by that little. I'm going to put it right in the center of the screen. That little trim tab there, I'm going to control that so it moves up a little bit and it makes the airplane not want to go to the side. This is control 4, I think. Here it goes. And there you go. Now it's nice and smooth. Now I don't have to keep worrying about holding onto this controller like that. Very nice detailed flight modeling. Just learned something new here from flying a new airplane. Oh, and I think I may be over Bournemouth here. I think Bournemouth is over there. I think I recognize this landscape. Let's take a look at the map real quick. I think right around here. I'm right around here, I think. It's a little bit of a delay. I'm right around here. And I think that's Bournemouth. So let's go take a look. And the Isle of Wight is not far.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Or maybe I'm totally wrong and this is not there at all. Let's see.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
I'm just gonna keep my power up and let me alt tab real quick and see where the heck I am. No, I'm over Southampton, I think. I'm over Southampton, I believe. Let's see at ATC. Nearest airport list. Lee on Solent. EGHF. Okay, nothing about Southampton, but maybe that's. See. Maybe I'm over Portsmouth. Maybe it's Portsmouth. Maybe this this course I made is taking me to a different direction from the sky vector. We're gonna find out once I get to the sea here. We're gonna find out. It does look like Portsmouth, and I think this is the Isle of Wight up ahead. We're gonna find out. I don't know how to zoom this map. I was looking in and I don't know what buttons to press here to zoom this. I don't think it's vertical speed, okay. So I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Yep, I'm pretty sure this is the Isle of Wight here. Alright. There's an airport here that I really want to. Hey! I'm over near the Isle of Wight. Isle of Wight. Here's the flight. I took off a little bit earlier. I'm gonna show you right here the map. I'm around here right now. Okay. Around here. This is my course right here. To Brest. I'm in a turboprop, Marcel. I'm near the Isle of Wight. I'm gonna go to Bournemouth. I want to do I'm in a faster airplane. I'm in a turboprop, a TBM 930, and I'm going to just do a quick little fly over to Isle of Wight here. Then I'm going to turn. Sorry, I have that thing in front of me. I'm going to do a little quick fly over to Isle of Wight. Then I'm going to turn to the right, go over Bournemouth where I went to university, and then I'm going to continue on my course to Brest, France. TBM 930, first time I fly in a turboprop. This is a flight for my kind loyal follower here, Marcel Beck, lives in Rome. One of the first people that I don't know in real life who has followed me here and I started a report with. And he asked for a flight from London to Brest in France. And I decided to try this turboprop for the first time because it's a very fast airplane. You could go in a straight line in like 45 minutes according to the flight planner, but I'm taking some diversions here, and it's completely different feeling from the Savage Cub or the Cessna 172. I can dive without having to worry about plane falling to pieces. I mean, up to a certain extent. Very spacious cockpit back here, and you can actually walk around it, and I'll show you in a little bit. But I want to get down on these nice clouds here and look at this effect of this this window up here. That's a pretty cool effect. Very nice modeling here. There's a weather radar. Usually the weather radars in the nose of the airplanes, like I was saying before, usually they're right here, but since the engine is mounted on this nose, the weather radar is that thing to the right there. The weather radar is that thing. It's mounted on the left wing. I guess that's where you put fuel in. Very nice TBM aircraft here. If there's any warnings about speed here, it's okay. I want to follow the coast. I'm going to follow the coast around here and try to get to Bournemouth, which shouldn't be too far away. You can see that Bournemouth is right around here. Three-year course in university, advertising. Made me realize I didn't really like working in advertising. So I did other stuff instead. Graphic design, taught a little bit, web development. Nice to be flying over the clouds in a faster airplane. It really is a different feeling completely different feeling from those light, non-turboprop planes. Oh! Oh no! Oh no, okay, let's start from Bournemouth, okay? Or should I restart the whole thing for myself? I was close to Bournemouth. I was looking outside, I was talking about how I couldn't overstress the airframe. And there you go, even in the TBM 930, which is right here, very prominent in the beginning, you can stress the airframe. The Microsoft menu of death got me once again. Let's take off from Bournemouth since we were approaching. Actually, let's not cheat that much. Let's go from the Isle of Wight, okay? It is the Isle of Wight, isn't it? Or is that the Isle of Man? Let's see. Let me double check this. It is the Isle of Wight, okay. Oh, Isle of Wight. Misspelling my Sandown. I think this is a very famous airfield, actually. And I'm gonna go to Brest. Guipavas. Brest. Flight conditions will stay leave it the same, maybe a little bit later to reflect the time that I was in. All right. Airplane's the same. So there we are. Luckily, I don't, go to another live. White, yep. Jimi Hendrix played a great concert there. I think the one was the 60s. I think Pink Floyd too. Maybe it was this. No, Pink Floyd was later. But there's this wonderful little airfield there that I read about. Basically, I flew too fast. I was in the outside view. I wasn't paying attention to the airspeed. The airplane flew too fast, and it has like, as soon as you reach a certain airspeed, if it thinks it'll overstress the airframe and it would have broken the wing, it just takes you to the menu of death, which I call the menu of death for that reason, and says you overstressed the airframe, and you die. You're dead. Yeah. Pretty much, which is my greatest disappointment with this game. Is it doesn't, I want to see the wing break off or something, or show me what happened, Okay, control parking brake. This looks like a pretty short runway. Probably not where one of these airplanes will land normally. But this is a storied. Yeah, let's find out. I want to see what the top speed of this airplane is, so that doesn't happen again. Okay, hold brakes, full power. And here we go. no takeoff. You get to take off from the Isle of Wight due to that mishappening. Okay, I'm at 60 knots. Now it's turning white down there on the left, 17 knots. All right, landing gear up. Nice. Sun just came up over the horizon there. You can't see it, but you can see its reflection. It's a nice little airfield in the Isle of Wight we took off from. Very pretty. Alright. What did I say I was going to do? I want to check. Okay, here's the airspeed. As long as you're green, you're okay. What's the master warning? IT oil temperature. Okay, let's reduce power a little bit. Oh, okay. Acknowledge the frequency change. Thank you, Sandown. And I'm not going to tune on not Soylent Green or Solent approach. I'm not going to tune into anything because I don't want ATC talking to me right now. I want to talk a bit to myself and to Marcel here. Nice English landscape, very green. So a little bit of turbulence here. I see the airplane's shaking a little bit. Just a little bit of a shaky here, maybe because of this weather system to the left here. Let me raise the flaps here completely. There you go. And also the airplane will drop down a bit. I'm going to trim up a little bit. Flying through a little bit of weather. Just going off course a little bit, but I'm actually not going to take this direct course. I want to fly over Bournemouth, so I am going to fly off course. And that means that that line there, I'll be on course. And here, if this is a solid line, it means you're on course. But since a little bit to the left, it wants me to go left to get back on course there. But I'm not going to because I want to go to Bournemouth first. Let's turn right. Yeah, I didn't think I did anything wrong. I was in this outside view, the drone view. And I turned off the instruments when you're outside, even though I don't think it shows in the drone view. And I was diving, so I assume, because you can control the plane from the drone view if you want. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, I can control the plane from here if I want. And since I was diving from here, I wasn't paying attention to the instruments. I must have gone on the red here. So let's find out right now where's the red on this. I'm gonna dive, get under this cloud here. Okay, still green, all right. Keeping an eye on that instrument there. 230 knots, 240 knots, 250 knots, 260 knots. Okay, 270 knots. It looks dangerous. So, okay, there you go, turn red. So above 265 knots, every many kilometers per hour that is the limit of this airframe. And the game is not happy if you fly faster than that. Very nice view. Right at skimming the top of the clouds, really cool. Look at the lighting. Look at the lighting changing the plane. Very nice. Beautiful. Nice little aircraft. Turboprop. Cool effect if you see here on the nose. There's a little blur from the heat of the exhaust of the engine. And even inside, from the inside view, if I move my head up a little bit to the left, or maybe to the right, it'll be better because you can see it better against the landscape. You can see if I zoom in here, there's a slight effect of the heat from the exhaust, the blur in the landscape you can see there. Usually it's more visible from this side. but I need to be closer down to see it. Ah, this, okay. I mentioned this before earlier in the stream, but since hello to my 5 viewers here watching, since we're all here together now, I'll mention it again. You can walk around in this cabin, okay? So, for example, I can go like this, and you can go look at what it looks like from back here. Like, just pretend you're like a rich executive heading for a weekend in France to eat some quiches, you know, eat some nice pastries and some croissants in the morning, some café au lait. So you can pretend you're like an executive and see what it is to fly from the back. But I don't want to crash, so I'm going to let me get back in the front here. And you see, like, the plane keeps wanting to turn right. There's a big propeller spinning in the front, and then it's spinning really fast, and it makes you want to. And so, because of Newton's laws of motion, if it's spinning that way, the plane wants to spin the other way. But the plane is much heavier, so it's not as fast. I'm going nuts here. Like, my camera will be going crazy. Okay, but it's kind of annoying when you're flying because I have to keep continuously having to go like this to move back. All right. Oh, and look, I'm not looking where I'm going. So look at my course. I'm totally off course here. But I do want to find Bournemouth eventually. Let's. So what's the solution for this problem of having to? Yeah, light is nuts. Huh? The lighting. What's the solution to this problem? The solution is trim, aileron trim, like row trim. Look outside the airplane, okay? Let's try the drone here. Look outside the airplane. See this little thing over here? 1 second. This little tab here, you see this little tab right here? That's an aileron trim. So that small little thing here, this thing right there, that's the trim. So by using some controls here, this is the controls in the real airplane too, obviously, I can make the airplane stop slowly trying to move that way. I give a row trim. So many controls here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now. Control 4. There. Now, if I leave it here, a little bit more. Control 4. Control 4. Now it keeps going straight. I don't have to keep like continuously going like that because I've trimmed it. Okay. Yeah, beautiful lighting. Early morning. I think we're approaching Bournemouth. I think it's to the left here. Let's go. I think actually we're getting very close to Bournemouth right now. I may be wrong, but let's find out. Is that Boscombe Downs over there? We'll go around here. Like out to the north here.
Landing gear.
All right.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Nice.
Landing gear.
Let's see. Bournemouth University. Where are you?
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay.
Landing gear.
Sorry,
Landing gear.
I'm having some problems here. I don't know why it keeps telling me landing gear.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
I'm not gonna land.
Landing gear.
Okay, stop saying that. I'm totally confused with the controls here. I don't know why it doesn't let me look to the left. I want to look to the left and it's not letting me. I'm limited right now. Okay, let's try it like this. It's because I'm in control view. I don't know.
Landing.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to fly from this position. Okay, let's see if I can recognize Bournemouth University from the air. Is that the pier? I don't know if this is Bournemouth actually. Might be something else. Southampton maybe? brand new of this airplane, so don't be surprised there's another accident here. I think I'm in some sort of control view. That's what's going on. Alright, move forward, please. View controls MSFS 2020. Here I am at my third week streaming. I still can't control the views in this simulator properly. Camera. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just trying to keep the airplane from crashing, okay? Cockpit camera. Reset cockpit view. Control space or control F, maybe? Did that work? Maybe it did. I still can't look all the way to the left. I don't know why. Maybe that's a bug, but a little bit better. I don't know where I am in the map here. I'm gonna fly towards the coast again. And let me go back to the chat. A little bit all over the place today. I think my earliest stream of that everything wasn't very good this morning. Maybe perhaps a little bit of an off day, but hey, that happens, you know. Body's like an instrument, not every day. The temperature, what you eat and how you're feeling all affects everything. I don't think that's Bournemouth because I didn't recognize the pier. I think that's something else. Maybe Southampton. I think this here is Bournemouth. Let's see. Lovely bird 00-001. First time flying a turboprop. Interesting wings. They're a little bit. I feel like they're almost like the back that they're put on back to front. You know, it should be the other way around. Interesting design, this airplane. Makes me want to play Balsa Flight Simulator and experiment building my own airplane. Is that Bournemouth Pier there? I think it's further up. I think maybe there. I think, yeah, that might be the center. Really not sure. Let's see. It's not letting me look all the way to the right. It's really frustrating, this. I'm just gonna have to fly from outside views maybe these days. I think that's the university, possibly. Okay, let's go see. Okay. I switched to the inside the cockpit view because I want to keep an eye on the airspeed. See, it's getting up to about approaching 270, about 260 knots. I might just stop and go back to main menu because of that silly Microsoft menu of death. All right, I think. Okay. Oh, and it didn't even go to the top thing. Restart from Bournemouth. It didn't even get on the little red and white warning area. Really not doing good today. Me and these MSF S2020 airplanes, you know, we're really wrestling with each other in the air here. Makes me want to play IO2 Sturmovik. Maybe I'll stream that later. There's not a lot of people that stream that, so maybe it's a good idea. And then at least I can see like a wing fly off or something. Okay. Oh wait, no, not from here. Let's go to main menu. I'm gonna start from Bournemouth now because I reached Bournemouth, so I'm just gonna take off, then crash somewhere, and then take off again from near where I crashed and keep going until I reach Brest. Okay. Brest without an A to make like a juvenile joke here. But all right, Bournemouth departure, and we're going to Brest, France. Guipavas, Brest, arrival. Oh, Lima, Foxtrot, Romeo, Bravo, Guipavas, Brest. Okay, flight conditions. I'm gonna leave it as this a little bit later. And fly. Oh yeah, it's very good that I'm not a real pilot, believe me. And if I was a real pilot, I don't know how many hours I would fly before I was ever comfortable taking anyone up with me. Maybe never. Well, a real pilot wouldn't try to do a touch and go on a university campus with a turboprop, unless, you know, it's a death wish or something. Like, what's that guy, Charles Bronson, Death Wish, 1970 something. They filmed I think they filmed that movie here in New York City. I don't have a death wish, only in video games. And not even in video games. I mean, I don't want to subject you to this, okay? Here we are in Bournemouth. I've never actually flown into Bournemouth. When I was in university, I used to take the bus to Heathrow or Gatwick or whatever, Stansted, wherever I was flying to Rome from. Oh, look at that. Pretty modern tower. Quite a modern looking airport here. Oh, nice. See, now I can look all the way around again. That's nice. All right. Parking brake off. And here I'm going to show you drone view. There must be a way for you to move faster, just drone view, maybe holding shift, but I tried it and it didn't seem to work. But anyway, leave it like that. Let's go, full power. Oh, a lot of wind right now. I'm feeling the wind. Oh, the wind sucks now. Really, it felt like there was quite a bit of wind. You're up. Right, I'm over Bournemouth now, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of height to see if I find a university. I'm gonna do a touch and go, and then.
Lovely Bird 1, continue for south departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Copy that, Bournemouth.
Frequency change approved.
All right.
Bournemouth Tower, Lovely Bird 1, frequency change.
Just spot the university from up here. Talbot campus. Is that it? No. I think maybe that's it. Over there. I don't know if I'll remember, because I don't think I ever saw it from the air. I mean, I saw it on the map. Yeah, this is it here. Here's Bournemouth University. It's the student village to the right of it, where I lived for a year. And then later I lived in 5 Maple Road, which is right around here where I'm flying over, I think. Alright, let's try to do a touch and go here.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing
Even in these turboprops, you have to watch out for your airspeed.
Landing gear. Landing
Okay.
gear.
Bournemouth University, over to Student Village, we're at 049. Here, let me put that down.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
And we're going to try to do a touch and go here, even though this flight assistant keeps telling me landing gear. Okay, let's put the landing gear down then. Landing gear is down to make my flight assistant quiet, and because I want to do a touch and go. So to do a touch and go, you need like something to touch the roof of the building with, and that's a landing gear. And here we are, flying over Bournemouth, and in a turboprop, a TBM 930. I'm going to do a touch and go in the roof of the university, whatever seems more amenable to being touched by a high-speed landing gear. All right, I'm going to do a quick fly past on the external view. Here is Bournemouth University Talbot campus, first place where I really spent a lot of time on the internet. On computers, it was about 95, 96. You had computers with pretty fast internet access compared to what my 56 baud moment that I had at home. Let's see. That building's looking pretty good, that big building there. I don't know if that was their studio of Nick Murtha, Joe Abley, my friend Tony, some other Tom, Mr. Polton, Richard. Nice people I met there, some co-students and other friends, and I lived with my friend Jeremy, Nick, Lee, over here in the student village to the left there, and many good times here. Remember the crazy Norwegians and Swedes and Scandinavian friends of ours, Morten, Geir, you know, getting drunk, then taking all their clothes off and butt naked, going on a bicycle ride in the middle of winter past the security guards in front of the university, and then the security guards chase them back to our place. You know, Scandinavians are pretty nuts, you have to admit. Lovely people, I get along very well with them, but they do have their moments of insanity, which is fine. All right, okay, here we go. Touch and go. I'm gonna try touch and go on this gray thing here. I don't know if that's where Billings was, the university pub. In England, it's not like in America that you can only drink when you're 21. There, you can drink when you're like 18, I think, or even younger. I don't remember. So the English drink quite a lot. I try to keep up with them a few times, and I have some stories from that. It wasn't good, but I survived. Here I am. I'm still looking here in case there's a better building candidate, but I think that big gray one, I just have to miss that little thing in the middle there. I have to miss the little hut on the top, whatever. That one doesn't look so bad. But yeah, over at Bournemouth here, they have the English Channel on the other side, the piers around there somewhere, but we're going to do a touch and go on Bournemouth University with this TBM 930 turboprop, see if we don't try not to. I mean, there's no blowing up in this game, there's just, you know, Microsoft menu of death. Okay, let's go. I'm going to put the flaps full down. It's my first time. I never landed in this airplane. I've only crashed in it. Only got to the Microsoft menu of death so far. So I've never even landed in this airplane. I'm going to try a touch and go. Fantastic. All right. Looks like a pretty decent attitude. I'm probably coming from a little bit too high, but let's give it a shot and see what it feels like. Alright, getting close to stalling speed. Alright, a little too fast. Let's abort this one and let's stay low over the little English houses here of Bournemouth. Very green, a lot of little. Much more power, much more power. I'm really feeling that left wing dropping there. Okay, not familiar with this airplane at all. So definitely not familiar with its low speed flight characteristics, of course. There's two, the co-pilot could be flying here with me. One nice thing about this game is you can actually click on this and make it disappear, I think, see? So you can see something beneath it. But let's just keep it there. My gears are down. Alright, second attempt, I'm going to turn to the right here. Touch and go on the roof of Bournemouth University, my alma mater. I mean, I barely passed. I played too much computer games. I played this game called Subspace so much that I almost failed university. And here I am playing video games years later. So, you know, I did all right. You know, it's all right. You survived. All right, here we go. Second touch and go attempt on the roof of Bournemouth University. This is for my friend Montana, still in touch after all these years. Alright, here you go. Alright, in full power! Hey! Got it. Let's put the gear up so we don't stall and crash.
Landing gear.
Muito más!
Landing gear. Landing gear.
All right, landing gear's up. Let's put the. Can I put the flaps up?
Landing gear.
I think I can.
Landing gear.
Let's go see if we see the pier, and then we're going to continue on our mission to cross the English Channel. Very trying mission. I've crashed. I've got the Microsoft menu of death twice here already today. To my embarrassment. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. To my embarrassment and the amusement of Marcel and anyone else that was watching. Yeah, no, I'm not first class. I was like third class. I was my diploma even, you know, it says third class. I mean, I graduated, but they wrote third class on the diploma. Creative advertising. So, you know, it's not so, I'm not that embarrassed to admit that. I'm not big on titles and diplomas and stuff like that anyway. Where the heck is the pier? Bournemouth pier. I think that's the pier, but it's like it's been bombed out of existence or something. Maybe this is an alternate reality that the Germans came and they bombed Bournemouth pier out of their existence. Most likely it's a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 glitch that piers and other stuff near the water that don't show up, might not show up that well, although I assume they would, or maybe it was a cloudy day so the satellite image couldn't pick it up. Didn't pick it up, but that's the center of town right there, I believe, and I believe that's Bournemouth Pier. Looks very different from real life. It disappears into, like, as if it's a tunnel. That around there, I used to, you know, I was in university, so I was like the unhealthiest in my whole life. You know, I ate Kentucky Fried Chicken, Burger King, McDonald's, you know, all that great stuff, and I used to go downtown. And the first time I played Grand Theft Auto, it was the original Grand Theft Auto. Nobody even knew what Grand Theft Auto was. It was a completely unknown game, and I went to a GameStop. I think it was called Game or GameStop. Maybe Game, I forget the name. It was like purple and green, a video game store here in the center of Bournemouth. And I bought this box of this thing called Grand Theft Auto GTA, and it has a picture of a little taxi in it, and it's like sort of some motion blur. And I played it, and I was like, wow, this is a really fun game. It's really awesome, and I bought it around here for the first time. That was like 1996, I believe, or 97 or 98, one of those 3 years, I don't remember. And so yeah, I played a lot of computer games in university, including the original Grand Theft Auto. All right, I probably have more stories to tell about third class. Sounds like you will drown in Titanic. Yeah. Yeah, it's like pretty much, you know, I'm a Leonardo DiCaprio in the Titanic. Third class. Just laughing here, at least I'm making someone laugh here. That's good. Okay, let me a little bit more trim to the left. Okay, I'm getting back on course here. It's nice to see Bournemouth. I have a lot of friends there. You know, Christine, Frederick. Well, they're not there now, but we live together. Christine, Frederick, Morit, Cordula, Nick, Maria, a lot of people that I met there, and some really memorable years of my life, and I'm glad that they happened here. It was a seaside town, you know. You couldn't just go to the beach like in Brazil and, you know, swim every day, unless you're like my friend Steve, who is Scottish, so he was a bit nuts. And if it's above 0 degrees, he thinks it's great weather. If it's above freezing, he thinks it's great weather, and he's gonna go on the beach and swim. But after drinking a beer, well, back then, I don't know if he still does this now, but back then, after drinking a beer at like 8 o'clock in the morning, the Boscombe Downs, I believe, there was a little jazz bar. I used to come here and have a nice hot chocolate, listen to jazz. Very nice and green landscape in England. Always loved this part of the world. The southwest of England, very beautiful. If you keep heading this direction all the way that way, St. Ives, Land's End, where my father grew up, I'm going to definitely do a flight over there eventually. But not today. Today we're going to Brest. Across the channel here. little bit more left trim on the aileron here. Still wanting to turn into the right. A little bit of trim on the bottom too. And let's try to get on course, okay? Or actually, let's not. This is okay. No, let's try to get on course. I'm gonna turn right. I want to see what that landscape of the green is like on the distance there. Let's try to make this Fuskia line, this line down here. Let's try to make that solid by getting my airplane right on the course I had set from Bournemouth to Brest. Got to be a good pilot here. Get everything trimmed after all my shenanigans of this morning. Even my stream of that philosophical game was pretty bad too. But you know, you win some, you lose some. You can't win all of them. You can always be a winner. Yeah. Get a little distance here of this outside view of the drone view. I don't even know if there's a maximum distance, maybe not. I want to look up how you can make this drone view faster eventually. This works for now. Let's not do that too many times because I'm going to crash again. Okay, I passed the thing while I was messing around. Let's try to get back on course again. Wonderful greens of England. My heart doesn't look that sharp. Maybe there's a way for me to make it sharper, I don't know. I'm totally, like when I put decals, when I put paint jobs in this game, I'm totally just really winging it. I'm not doing it properly at all because, you know, I have limited time and I look at that view, that's lovely. And until like the professional starts releasing like some skin templates that makes it easier to edit, I'm gonna just keep doing like this. I think, is that Dover? No, that doesn't know that that's Dover. Maybe there. Maybe over there. Right, to go to the left to get back on my course, cross the channel over to France. I'm gonna stream IL-2 Sturmovik more, maybe tonight, this afternoon, I mean, later this afternoon or tomorrow. And I'm gonna show you Chuck Yeager's airplane. It's a fighter race American guy from the Midwest. One of the great pilots. Was an ace in World War II, was shot down, evaded capture using the French underground, the French resistance. Managed to cross over through Switzerland, I think, to Spain for the French Alps, and then flew again after he got special permission from Eisenhower, I think, whoever the big boss was then. And yeah, had over 5 kills, was an ace, and then was the first, became a test pilot, first person to fly faster than sound. It was the Bell X-1 experimental jet aircraft that was dropped from another airplane, I think a B-29 bomber or something. And in IL-2 Sturmovik, see, look at that heat simulation there. It makes coming out of the exhaust, it makes the clouds like shimmer. It's really cool. And still alive. And I have an autographed. I've always loved aviation. So when I was a kid, I sent him a letter after I read his biography called Yeager, which is a lot of fun. I recommend it. And I sent him a letter, and I was surprised to hear back from him. And he sent me a photograph to Simon Goodluck, and I have that in my room in Rome. And his airplane one of the paint jobs now to Sturmovik for the P-51 is the Chuck Yeager airplane. Oh, if you fly right across the channel, you end up in Cherbourg. Titanic was there. Alright, Cherbourg, huh? Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna... Let me see. Cherbourg, okay. I just have to go south. Alright. Let's do a little diversion to Cherbourg. Is that where the Titanic took off from? I mean, sailed from. Took off. Let's do a little diversion to Cherbourg. I think this heading will probably put me there. Alright. So we're gonna go here. We're probably around here now. I'm gonna divert a little bit. Take a bearing of about, well, 160 to see if we can see Cherbourg. So let me see, I'm at 147, 146, maybe 160. Okay, let's leave it at 160 and see if that puts us on Cherbourg. Have you spent a lot of time or any time in England and in this part of France, Marcel? Do you like this part of the world, I guess, is my follow-up question. Yeah, I picked up Leo at was it an English port that gets picked up? I haven't watched that movie for a long time. I should watch it again. Lovely images here. Lovely bird. 00-001 flying over the English Channel. A little bit of a... Oh, I'm sorry, I have that ugly map in front of everyone. I keep forgetting to do that, I'm sorry. The lovely views here. Lovely bird over the English Channel. Took a screenshot. Heading to, hopefully, Cherbourg, France. Cool. Yeah, I have very fond memories of France and of England. I spent time in Paris, but never living there, just visiting. But I have friends who still live there. And I went to visit friends who lived there at the time when I was in university. It's you know, the center holding on. Pretty skies today. 2 layers of clouds. You have the the top layer here, bottom layer, and high up, completely blue sky. Okay, I'm passing over. What's that? Mar UK. I don't know what that is, but let's take a look from the top view, see if we can see anything down there. Some cloud. There's a little Channel Island with a radio beacon. How high am I right now? I'm at 10,000 feet. I think I should go a bit lower. Alright, let's cut throttle because I don't want to blow up again, okay? I mean, not blow up, but get menu of death. It's funny, this airplane, as soon as you point down, it's like the programmers, they didn't want to confuse the pilot maybe, so they just made landing gear the warning. You know, it's like you're going down, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear. I wonder if there's a way to silence that, but maybe you don't want to silence that. Descending pretty fast, it's 7,500 feet here. Very nice lighting. Channel's pretty big, but according to my instruments, you can see you see a little bit of green there. According to my instruments, something's coming up. Maybe it'll be Cherbourg. So I'm gonna try to get right on the edge of the top of these clouds here. Looks like a car from this angle, the windows. Be careful with the airspeed.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
You can hear like this whine of the turboprop. Queenstown after Cherbourg, huh? Spend some time in Cap de la Hague. Excellent. Were you a sailor? Obviously don't have to answer if you want to keep your privacy in. One of my favorite pizza cooks in a restaurant in Rome, in La Storta, he was a sailor for many years.
Landing gear.
I don't think the restaurant closed after the COVID. I hope it reopens. It's called
Landing gear. Landing gear.
used to be called Fico d'India, but now it was called Facocchio.
Landing gear.
It closed, unfortunately.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
Keep an eye on my airspeed, that's why I keep switching to the inside view, okay?
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Get under the clouds here.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
No, I'm not a cop. No, I'm not a cop. I don't think I could ever, even if I think it's a really hard job, you know? But I couldn't be a cop. Even in video games, I prefer to be the, you know, well, are there even any video games that let you, I mean, there's detective ones, you know, but proper like beats, like cop on the street. Maybe that'd be an interesting video game, but especially in these times,
Landing gear.
you know, how to,
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
how to diffuse a situation instead of making it much worse and getting someone killed. And that's what they should teach people in law enforcement. I hope they do a good job of that. I think that may be Cherbourg up ahead if my navigation skills were anything good. That's that little island there. Is there a little island like that near Cherbourg? Let's find out. Do a quick look at the map. Yeah, that's probably Santan. That's probably this island over here. So if I keep going here, that's Cherbourg. Let's take a look. It's going to be around here. Where do I see where my fuel is in this thing? Is that fuel over there? It's angle of attack. Ooh, we're running into some weather here. Is that fuel up there? No, it's barometric pressure. Maybe the fuel's probably around here somewhere. Yeah, there you go, fuel. Just over 50%. 50 liters, I guess, because it goes up to 125 or something. US gallons, I guess. Nice lighting here. Early morning, crossing the channel, reaching France, Cherbourg, where according to Marcel, back here the Titanic passed by before it went to England to pick up Leonardo before crashing. Okay, I'm getting some. This airplane doesn't like you being on full power all the time. The oil pressure, the oil temperature goes up, and it asks you to lay off. You have to answer Guernsey. No, Guernsey is further south, I think, for south and west. Here, let's take a look. Guernsey is here. That's St. Anne, I think. There's Jersey. Alright, so we're gonna go Cherbourg, maybe we'll fly over Jersey and then to Brest, okay? I like this lens flares effect over here. Pretty cool. Very nice image there. The screenshot right there. Let's do another one. Nice. Like a port, nice little green effect there of the landscape. A lot of low clouds in this early morning here on the French side of the English Channel. Really pretty. Okay. I'm gonna cut power.
Landing gear.
Let's see how this thing handles a full-on roll. Okay, here it goes.
Landing gear.
Slow roll.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Loses quite a bit of altitude, I'm sure.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Ooh, picks up speed. Oh! It doesn't like rolls either. It wasn't even at 260 knots. It doesn't like you. It doesn't want you to roll either. Okay, now we'll take off from Cherbourg. We're doing this by crashes, takeoffs and touch and goes and crashes. No landing so far. All right. Let's get Cherbourg. Is that what it is? Yep. That's fine. Or this one here, Carpique. And then I go to Brest. Flight conditions. Should I change the weather to get a little bit of a feel for a different type of weather? Okay, that's scattered clouds. Let's try high level clouds, see how that looks like. Okay, and you can actually, here just to show you this, you can actually click on custom, and then you can actually do exactly as you want it. So you can put like a really low level, altitude bottom. Let's put like around 1,000 feet, and then I can make, yeah, these are like 40,000 feet. I can make a mid-level at like 10,000 feet. I can add wind layers if I want, and change the direction of the wind. Let's frequency per second. Let's get some really strong winds going on here. Let's see what happens if I do this, just to make it a little more interesting. Okay. All right. And you can save these settings if I want. So I could go like this. Just click save so I can load it again. And all right, let's see what that looks like. Here we go. So now from Cherbourg to Brest, we continue our takeoff and crash course here. No worries, I find it funny too. You're very welcome to. I'm glad if people laugh. If I can make people laugh, I'm doing good. Yeah, I mean, there's people that like doing the long flights with, airliners. I don't understand how people can. I mean, I understand, but it's not for me. I prefer like crazy little flights, at low level. But yeah, let's do some touch and goes. Let's hop over to Brest. Let's try to stay at a lower level here. Okay, this pretty windy, not a lot of clouds. Almost too few clouds, but let's take it. Okay, let's go. Control B to full power. It really wants to twist left here. I have to hold on the rudder to the other side. Oh, that one takes off itself, this airplane. Gear up. Oh.
Lovely Bird 1, continue for west departure.
Gear
I
up.
will contact you next when you leave my airspace. Lovely Bird 1, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Kyan. Yeah, the captain that didn't the captain go to the bathroom, and then the other guy wasn't very experienced, and the airplane started the nose, it was stalling, and they were at 30,000 feet, and he didn't realize what was happening. And by the time the captain got back from the bathroom, I think he was sleeping maybe, and by the time they woke him up, or he came back, he was like, "Oh no, what's happening?" And they had
Lovely Bird 1,
that's
please
such a
go
tragedy, such a horrible feeling must have had. This beautiful greenery here. Yeah, that was horrible. An Air France flight, right? Yeah, Caen. I'm not familiar with the Battle of Caen. I should look it up. Sounds familiar. What was that towards the end of the war? Very pretty wine country here.
Lovely Bird 1, did you copy?
Is this where you can get some good French wine? Like the red, what's it called? A friend of mine told me all about French wine once, but I'm more used to Italian wine for obvious reasons. I lived in Italy for many years. France, not so much. But they have great wines too. Cider. Oh, if you like cider, man, here in the United States, here in New York, north of New York, there's this brewery called Graft, and it makes this cider called Farm Floor, and it's just probably one of my top 3 ciders I've ever drank. It's very tart and bitter. I like tart ciders. It's just delicious. Graft Farm Floor. Oh look, they have like windmills. Let's pass by a windmill. Haven't seen those yet in this game.
Lovely Bird 1, ATC services terminated.
Okay, I didn't answer ATC. They got mad and they terminated. You could tell like
Landing gear. Landing gear.
quite
Landing gear.
an angry French ATC operator there. Or maybe he was
Landing gear.
he sounded American actually. I don't know. He was upset that I wasn't listening to him. Probably rightly so, but All right.
Landing
Stay below to 60 knots and don't roll the airplane. Apparently if you roll the airplane, you die as well.
landing gear. Landing
So,
gear.
I guess I can only fly really without having to worry. I can only fly the extra
Landing gear.
and the pits, the aerobatic airplanes in this game.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing
After Cherbourg, D-Day. Okay. What was it called? Caen. Yeah, I'll check it out. Okay, here we are flying. Let's see. Do they model collision between these things? I usually do this in Grand Theft Auto, but I'm gonna do it in Microsoft Flight Simulator here. Here we go. Opa. Woo! Right, that's more my type of flying there. Some big windmills here in France. Let's get back on course to Brest. And this is a fast airplane, so let me try to fly it right above the treetops here and see what that feels like. 1 hour 25 minutes, a half hour to go. Let's see if I get quite a bit of turbulence here above the treetops. It's pretty good. You can see like how the turbulent air here from the outside view. That's more like it. I have to put my flaps up too. I forgot to do that. I seem to always forget in this plane because you take off with like about 5 or 10 or 15 degree flaps. These small little wings, maybe you need a little bit more lift to get you up safely, you know. What is it telling me now? Something about my engine? Pretty fast. Let's go forward and see what it looks like from a side view out the window. That's pretty fast. Pretty good sense of speed because this is a fast airplane, turboprop. Whoa. Yeah. Frame rate drops a little bit when there's a lot of trees. Oh, big a freeze there. A lot of trees here. I think that's what making it go a little bit. Oh, look at that. That's like some sort of mine here, some sort of hole in the ground. What that is. Yeah, some sort of mining operation. Very woody area in France. Can this plane zoom? Can I do an IMO one with it? Let's find out. Because my airspeed is getting dangerously high as well. So let's pull up. Let's see if an Immelman will break the plane, okay? Okay, airspeed's dropping. I'm gonna throw left runner here, left rudder. Here it goes.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing stall. Landing gear. Stall. Stall. Stall.
Don't really think you're supposed to do this in this airplane, but there it goes. It wasn't an Immelman, it was a hammerhead, I mean. Wasn't very well accomplished. There's quite a bit of turbulence. So I put that layer of wind there. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe just how this airplane behaves if you throw it around like a crazy sky fiend like me. And there you go. All right, how far are we from Brest? Let's check. Okay, let me trim the airplane again after all that crazy type flying low on the ground. Have my oil, something blinking here. Torque was too high. If you keep your throttle maximum over a certain point, it thinks that the torque percentage, whatever that means on the engine, is not good for it, so it just gives you a warning. All right, let's trim that nose down. All right, get the attitude so it's going the right way. Let's get a little bit more. Let's roll it to the right a bit. And let's see how far we are from Brest here. I really wish I could figure out how to zoom out this map. Not sure if this is even working. Nav source. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of this stuff, so I have limited navigation capabilities here. Quite flying this plane without warning first. That's alright. What video games are for. Simulations. Can you tell me how many miles I have to go? Let's see. The timer there, universal time as well. Distance 100, there it is, distance 137 nautical miles. A ways to go, but we'll get there. Oh, here you go, I can use this one. See, there's a sea to cross here, and then you land there. Passover, I think that's Jersey over there. Yeah, high-pitched sound is certainly not so pleasant. Hour 32 minutes. Approaching the west coast of this part of France here. Oh. Then I'm gonna land in Jersey. Because the fuel I had was for that. So I'm not sure if that whole... Oh, but I took off from here again. Because I crashed like 2 or 3 times, so... Okay, I survived that barrel roll there. I used right rudder to keep my nose above the horizon, so my airspeed and the airframe didn't get as stressed as it did beforehand. I wonder what this is down here. Long distance flights are not as exciting because unless I stay really low, I could try to do that. And I'm thinking that in the morning, my morning streams, it's harder, when it takes a bit of energy in the morning, it's harder to do the one in the early afternoon because, or maybe it's just the day I'm having today. Just some days, you know, you're a little out of it. And I don't like this landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear of this airplane. Nice airplane, but not my favorite of the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I like the speed, but and the sounds are very cool. It's a very nice airplane, but don't get me wrong. But Well, to be fair, this is my first flight on it. Well, the third if you count the 3 crashes I had today, or 3 like Microsoft menus of death. What's that little thing up there? Is a ship or land? Strange. Very pretty. Look at this lighting here. Early morning, really pretty. You do a quick touch and go in that building there just for the hell of it. There you go. Landing gear down. To make you shut up. Flaps down. We'll do fast. Oh! And again. Main menu, let's see where we are now. We're near Jersey, so let's take off from Jersey and keep going. 4th crash. Only have one other viewer watching, so it's not a big deal. Says departure. Pavis. Says arrival. About 17 minutes. Let's go. I was wondering if we're even there, but yeah, I'm this airplane is turning out to be even more fragile than the Savage Cub, because I was below the airspeed that it said it overstressed the airframe. I don't know, maybe like the landing gears were down, so it was too fast for that, and it just gives you the Microsoft menu of death and tells you you die. Very, very frustrating, but 1-2 boss, that's the situation that you find yourself in these civilian flight sims when they're too afraid of showing you, of having a bit more fun with when things go wrong, I think there's an option to turn off to make the airplane actually hit the ground. Nothing happens, it doesn't blow up or piece comes out, but it just like falls down. I think you'd have to turn on developer mode for that, but then you have this annoying little menu on the top that says developer mode. I don't know if there's a way to turn that on without the developer mode menu appearing, but I should look that up eventually. And I'm sure that someone eventually at some point will mod in some something different than this really anticlimactic menu of death. Oh, I'll get there, don't worry. I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna get to Brest. I'm taking off from Jersey, which is where I was closest to right now, or not too far away from. And I think it's about 17-minute flight if I go straight there, according to this, to my little in-flight preview map there. Here, I'm gonna do my tie here, a little bit more comfortable. It's getting a bit hotter here with New York. The temperature just dropped like 20 degrees from one day to the next, so it got really cold. But now it seems to be warming up a little bit. Is it warmer out there, Ben? What? Is it warmer out there?
Yeah, after walking through.
Yeah, it feels warmer. It's crashed for the 4th time. Well, I didn't really crash. I just like disappeared in midair because I didn't like what I did with the airplane. So this makes me not a fan of this TBM 930, whatever the model is. This turboprop. I'm eventually going to try all the airplanes in the standard edition of the flight simulator. But the ones I'm really looking forward to are the ones that I think third parties are going to make. Like the Islander. I like the Islander a lot. And BN2 Islander. And maybe a World War II bird or two, although for those I already have games that I fly them in. It's taking a little while here to load Jersey. Hopefully it hasn't crashed. Whoa. Car, a very powerful base system driving by. Where am I here? We'll get there. There's a max low. Hello, did you crash Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020? I'm gonna take off now from Jersey here. And from St. Helier, I'm gonna fly over to Brest. This thing here. I think it crashed. Let me turn it off and on again. Sorry about that. I'll leave you with the map. I'll fire up Microsoft Flight Simulator again. You can see from the beginning. There's no flight. Okay, let's see, walking. What does it tell you? Okay, maybe we're gonna have to walk anyway because 47 hours. You just get a jet ski from there to there, or like a sailboat. Still waiting for Microsoft Flight Simulator to load up. In the meantime, I'll show you how to do this from, let's see, St. Helier. From flight no, not that one. Jersey, UK. We go like that. Flying Channel Seaplane Base. No, it's not that one. Jersey Airport. Channel Isles, okay. I haven't seen these animals in Microsoft Flight Simulator yet. I want to see those eventually. Jersey Airport, let's see, St. Peter, Jersey, code JER. That's the one, okay. JER, Jersey Airport. Okay, this is what we're gonna do here. Here we are. Set your experience. Did it really crash badly? Was it like an update or something? Maybe the gods are... Did you know Brest is close to my hometown? Sweden is watching, Commander. Hey! Carnes Olivia! Brand new follower, thank you so much. And congrats on the upcoming news. Look around, there are military boats and submarines. Oh, well, this gentleman here that's watching, Marcel Beck, he asked me to go to Brest. I don't know why, if he was like, spend some time there or something, but fantastic. Yeah, I heard the French aircraft carriers parked there and stuff. Thanks for joining up. You joined at a sort of strange time here because Microsoft Flight Sim... Oh, here you go. It's loading finally. It crashed, and I crashed like 4 times on my flight this morning. And so I was supposed to... I was flying all the way from London, from London City Airport. And I flew over Bournemouth and the Isle of Wight. I crashed around there, or the plane just like stopped in midair, and they said I overstressed the airframe. And then I came south to Cherbourg, and then I was flying now the latest little misadventure. I was flying here, and then I crashed around here for no reason that I understand. And now I'm taking off from Jersey, flying over here and towards Brest and wherever your hometown. Yes, I know the Admiral, Admiral Mike, and Admiral Oscar. Very glad to have you with me here. If you tell me where your hometown is at some point, you don't have to tell me here on chat. You can send me a WhatsApp message if you want. I can fly by there too. Okay, let me try to set this up. Okay, what is it? What's the code? EG Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. Okay, so Echo Golf Juliet Juliet from Jersey. That's gonna be the departure, and then the arrival. I'm going to Brest. All right, Guipavas. There we are, and I want the flight conditions. I'm gonna go back to the broken clouds because I want to show you what that looks like, and I'm gonna go back to the morning because I thought that was pretty nice. Let's put about 9 in the morning. Okay. Airplane. I always like to put 00-001. I want to call it Lovely Bird because that's what I've been calling my call sign. Send some more love in the world instead of hate. And I'm gonna click fly and see what happens. I miss the Admiral. I miss you both. And I hope, well, if this year this whole mess hadn't happened, I would have been in Sweden and in Finland. But that wasn't to be. I hope next year, Carnes, Olivia. And I'm very excited to see your photo. Your recent photo, and I messaged the Admiral this morning. If he's there watching, give him a big hug for me, and also to the little one. Is there a heart on this thing? I don't even know. All this Twitch stuff. All right, here we are. Let's turn that map off. Alright, with broken clouds here. New Jersey Airport, never been here in real life. Alright, let's go. Turn the parking brakes off and let's try to fly this really fragile piece of work here, this TBM 930 that can't handle like a sharp turn. Let's try to get it to Brest so that I uphold my promise to my viewer Marcel Beck. And alright, here we are. Rotate. Gear up.
Lovely Bird 1, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Acknowledge that, Jersey Tower. I acknowledge your indication.
Jersey Tower, Lovely Bird 1, continue for west departure.
Okay, I don't need a touch and go.
Lovely Bird 1, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change
Bird
approved.
1. Acknowledge frequency change, Jersey Tower. This Lovely Bird 1 acknowledging.
Jersey Tower, Lovely Bird 1, frequency change.
Okay, I'm not going to tune anywhere else because I wanted these people to be quiet. Is that a little lighthouse there? Oh, it's a little lighthouse over there. That's nice.
Landing gear.
Here, I'll do a quick flyby.
Landing gear. Landing
Try not to crash.
Landing gear.
I'm not gonna do any like sudden movements on this. I'm gonna try to remain. Well, what's that? What's that? Oh, that's just a reflection, I think.
Landing
I'm gonna just try to stay within flight,
landing gear.
within the performance envelope of the aircraft. Okay.
Landing gear.
But I do want to do some little flybys like this.
Landing gear.
Full power. Very pretty morning in Jersey. It's the western coast of France, right? I mean, France doesn't have an eastern coast, obviously, but... Alright, let's cross this part of the channel here, this bay. How's the weather in Sweden? Arne, if you're still there, you're probably too busy, and I can completely understand that. Very nice of you to drop by. Trim the airplane to stay in a proper flight attitude. I'm gonna alt tab real quick. I'm gonna reduce the volume a bit of the airplane because this airplane is pretty loud. Let's see if that sounds better. Okay. Maybe that sounds better. It's not so loud. It's not so annoying. It's annoying to me even. I'm gonna have to like reduce my volume here. Fall is here. Hit heat wave in France, but autumn is here for us. Yeah. Same here. From the day before yesterday to yesterday, the temperature just dropped. From yesterday to today, even more in New York. Fall is definitely here. We went camping one day this past weekend at a friend's garden up the Hudson, and oh, lower power a bit. And once we got to New York, it was much colder here than up there. The temperature just dropped like crazy, and we saw the leaves changing there. It was turning yellow. Some trees or the leaves were yellow. So yeah, fall's coming. Nice clouds here. Very nice lighting. This game, very photorealistic video game. This, the bottom of the clouds. And I'm so surprised that this plane is so fragile. Even more fragile than the Savage Cub and the Cessna 172. It's quite beautiful, huh? I have to keep looking at my airspeed here to make sure I don't crash. But yeah, it's quite a beautiful game. The light really changes. Olivia's there. Copy that. Amber says hi. Don't think she wants to appear on the screen, but she talks. You can probably hear her. Do you have some parks and walks around your home? Yeah, I do. A very nice park. We're very lucky to live here by a very nice park here in New York City. And we moved here about a year before the whole COVID thing hit, so I'm so happy that we moved here. Otherwise, we would have gone nuts. If we had stayed in West Harlem, we would have gone nuts. How about you? Do you have a nice place to walk there? How's the cat, too? Nice cloud formations there. "42 followers. Thanks so much, Olivia, for becoming my 42nd follower. 8 more to go, and I'm at 50, and I can make a few cents from Jeff Bezos. Because Twitch is owned by Amazon now. Like, everything is getting bought up by these big corporations. But hey, no, can't beat them. Join them. Here I am. Cats are good. One is over here. Maybe Amber can drop and by after us. I think that she's about to start a class though. She's teaching online too. She has another job now, doing some writing consultations online. They're good, but they're both good. They're very happy we're at home. We given the whole COVID thing, we went around quite a bit. We went to Michigan. We went to Cape Cod. A couple of friends very kindly invited us. And we went camping in Pennsylvania with a couple of old friends, and now we went camping up to the Hudson. So we did quite a lot for it being, COVID time here. So the cats were alone quite a bit, but we're very lucky that our landlord takes care of them. And while we're gone, they're right next door. They're very nice. And so we're very lucky that we could leave, but then, they're obviously they're not here all the time, so they get lonely, so they're very happy that we're home. They're sleeping on our feet and everything. And when it gets cooler, they get even more cozy. See, so this is the kind of airplane that if really, I guess, wealthy people, but maybe not quite as wealthy, they can afford a jet, but this can be nicer than a jet because it can land in places that jets can't land because it has the propeller, like the little whirly thing in front, that turns around endlessly. There's a whirly thing here, propeller. So with this plane, you can actually go back here and pretend you're like an executive. Let's step back here and just imagine, you're like a Jeff Bezos or something, or one of these 0.1%, and you can look out the window and see what it looks like. Let's see if I can bring me some more champagne, Jarvis. It's pretty cool that they model the cockpit, the whole cockpit. It can walk around. All right. Oh dear, can I not get back there now? Let's see. Well, now I'm not going to be able to get back there. Let's try like this. Can't get back to the cockpit. Okay, here we go. I am there. It's very odd, this movement in this game there. Alright, I'm off. Am I off course? Not so bad. 230 degrees. I'm looking at this thing here right now. Yeah, I'm way to the left, but as long as I had the 247 here, bearing 247, I should be okay. Let's trim down. This plane really likes to climb. I'm at 10,000 feet. Over, what is this called? Let's take a look. Oh, flaps weren't even raised completely. I always forget to do that in this aircraft as well. I wonder it was climbing so much. Flaps were about 15 degrees down. All right, let's leave it at that attitude there, and I'm gonna check the map. Okay. This is. Let's look in. It's just the English Channel. I took off from Jersey here near St. Helier, the airport. I put like the Google Maps, the walking, you know, because I tried a flight and it said there's no flights from Jersey to Brest. This is the Channel Islands here, south of the English Channel. All right, northwest of France. I guess we have a viewer here whose hometown is nearby. And we're headed to Brest today. We're right here. It's like a beautiful natural park there. We're currently around here, probably in the middle of this channel here. Let's take a look if we can see in the... yeah, there we are. Alright, I can leave that up here. It's a nice little feature of this game. I could put this in a second monitor if I had a second monitor connected here, but I can just click on that, and at any moment I can click plus and it does that. It shows me where we are. It's a nice little feature. Alright, but I'm flying pretty high over the clouds. I want to go lower for us to see a bit what this part of France looks like. To go down in this game is harder than it's the hardest part of Microsoft Flight Simulator is descending, because if you go too fast, you get the menu of death. It's like sorry, it's like a Windows blue screen of death. Like, sorry, you did something wrong. We're not even going to tell you exactly what it was, but you know, you overstressed the airframe or whatever it was. And this particular airplane keeps blaring landing gear at you when you really, like, I think when you cut the throttle to 0, it starts blaring landing gear at you. Very annoying. I don't know how to reset that. I'm going to have to look that up eventually. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Over here, airspeed, if it goes above 260, it's game over. So I have to be careful with that. I have to keep my nose up again. I have to keep an eye on the trim. And I have to keep my head in the cockpit in order to be able to see this airspeed. I could turn on again the outside information, the airspeed information, but it fills up the whole screen, so I'd rather not. Maybe there's a different menu I could turn on. Objectives. Let's just leave it as is. Oh, there's a little island there. Be careful of their airspeed. Look for these clouds here. Really cool. See, as soon as I move my throttle up a bit, it stops saying landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear ad infinitum. Alright, hope I don't overstress the airframe. Let's try to descend here and see what part of France we are over here. Is anything recognizable? Kind of scary to fly in clouds. You can't see where everything is. Okay, 3,000 feet. I can tell I have to trust my instruments there. Oh, look at that. Is that that place of the castle? Mont something or other. Forget the name. The total luck. That's no, I don't think that is Montpellier. I don't think that's Montpellier. Another little island. Put the power up again. VFR map. Very nice lighting. Probably the best lighting of a flight simulator that I've ever played. IL-2 is very good too, but the weather in this is something else. Oh, some loud a-hole out there. Watch the airspeed. The reflections on the cockpit window. Slowly approaching Brest in this odyssey here. I'm at 2 hours and 1 minute flying and crashing. A little bit of turbulence. Let's see the co-pilot window here. Very pretty, look at that lighting. Some waves there. They're really low and a lot of turbulence. I think, ooh, watch the airspeed.
Landing gear.
Some sort of shopping mall or factory. How many miles to go? Let's see. 50 miles, 50 nautical miles to go. Bearing 24601. Very choppy. 4 viewers, hello to the 4th viewer, wherever you are. Welcome to a very crashy, and both because Microsoft Flight Simulator crashed once and because I crashed like 4 times because I overstressed this very delicate TBM 930 airplane here. But we are right now in the western France on the coast, flying from, originally was from London over Bournemouth, then across the channel to Cherbourg, but I crashed a few times, so I started again at Jersey around there, and now I'm about halfway to Brest, which is right here. Probably another 10 minutes to go to get there. 47 nautical miles. And I'm doing this. I did a touch and go on the roof of my university in Bournemouth University. And oh, what's that? Look at that. I think that's one of those bugs. Oh no, is it a tower? It looks like a factory. Let's pass by it and see. Because this game is based on OpenStreetMaps data, and if there's a typo in that data, someone says instead of 20 stories, a building has 200 stories, they put a typo in there, then the game actually makes a 200-story structure, and there's one of the famous one that was on the news was in Melbourne, I think. I haven't flown over there to see it, but I probably should. So wonderful flight simulator based on real-world data. It's basically a Google Earth with a flight simulator built in. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Here we are approaching some big structure, some big, a lot of turbulence here. Have to be careful. Some big structure here in front. Oh, there's an airfield right here. I wonder what this is. Let's see, nearest airfield list. Nearest airport list, Lannion, right by Lannion. Let's tune to Lannion traffic. Select runway for landing. So do a touch and go here, runway 29. Request touch and go. And now on final.
Lanyon traffic, Lovely Bird 1 is on final runway 29er, touch and go left traffic. Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
I'm gonna do a touch and go before I go. I head on to Brest.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
Okay, I'll put the landing gear down in a second. Okay, here it goes. Here it comes, landing gear down. Hopefully I don't overstress the airframe. Let's try to keep the airspeed low. Okay, because this is such a delicate little turboprop, this thing. Announce on final.
Lanyon traffic, Lovely Bird 1 is on final runway 29er, touch and go left traffic.
Okay, I guess there's no tower in this because they're not answering. So I'm just gonna turn that off and I'm just gonna do a touch and go. See if I can see this thing. There it is. Right against the sun. I'm probably coming the wrong way, but it's just a touch and go, so I'm not really too worried. I haven't seen any AI airplanes today. I don't know if there's a bug that they're not appearing. But ooh, I'm coming way too fast here. Should I try it anyway? This is way too fast. Let's try it anyway. Oh no, I'm gonna have to climb back up. That was way too fast, and my view is all the wrong way here. And I should probably be coming from this direction anyway, because I think the wind is coming from the east. So you should always, I mean, from the west. So you should always land against the wind. All right. Turn. Just touch and go, and then continue on to Brest. I'm not going to stop. Do a touch. You touch and then you go. Okay. Oh, little freeze here. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay, you're back. Little freeze there. Funny. All right. Touch and go next to this huge like smokestack. What's the airfield called? Lanyon traffic. Okay, here we go. Let's do it from inside so we can hear the possibly the. Oh, I'm really out of control here. Okay. Whoa, there's a car on the runway. What the heck? See that? There's a car there. All right, touched, and now we go. Second one. Okay, from outside view. All right. And there we go. Gear up. And we're off again. Continue on to Brest, about probably 10 minutes to go. Marcel back. It was fun. You should definitely do more of those at famous buildings, pyramids. Yeah, for sure. I do. I should go to Egypt, do a touch and go in the pyramids. That's my favorite thing to do in this game. Any video game that involves airplane, landing is one of the most rewarding things you can do. So I'm going to do more of those. Thanks for the suggestion. The pyramid sounds like a good one. Touch and go in the pyramids at Giza. Maybe on the Eiffel Tower, that'll be a bit difficult. Maybe like in, I don't know, Champs-Élysées or something. Okay. Gonna keep going here on the final leg of this. What a beautiful flight. It's quite a, quite a haphazard flight with a lot of crashes. But we're getting to the end of it, and there's some nice visuals as well. It really makes me feel like a game that I can shoot something next to. Tonight I'm probably going to play a little Arma. Maybe I'll play a little IL-2 Sturmovik, so I can shoot at some other airplanes as well. But, different... oh, okay. Oh, easier on the power. Different type of video game. Here we are, not too far from Brest. The airport is there, but I think Brest is like here, right? I think it's around here. Right, so I'll go past the airport and fly over to town. Yeah, Great Wall of China, that'll be great. Yeah, I should make a list. I'll put it on my to-do list. I'll make a list, make to-do list of places to land. Today's Tuesday, right? I don't even know what day of the week it is. Lower the power here. Make list of famous places to land and touch and go. I'm gonna do a red square. Thank you to Marcel Beck for all these ideas. This plane really likes to climb. If I just leave it, it just climbs. I want to fly high, not low. I mean, all airframes, you know, are inherently unstable, because if you have a totally stable airplane, you have basically a dart. You know, it's gonna fly perfectly, but it's just gonna do that parabola and then fall again. So, not all airplanes, but many airplanes are fly better in a slightly unstable way, more maneuverable. So you have the control surfaces and the trims and everything to let you control the airframe whilst in flight. Very pretty here, the view from the other seats as well. And back over, walk back to the cockpit here. Just took a little bit of bathroom break. I don't know if there's a bathroom in this airplane or not, but I pretend there is. And I just learned that if instead of using the out, I can look that way and then look left and right to go back. I just learned this right now. Lovely bird 00-001. Trying to bring more love to the world instead of division and polarization. It's a nice cloud formation there. Let's fly up in between these. Pretty cool. The TBM word, it looks the B kind of looks like an A. It looks like TAM, Transporte Aéreo. Forget, like this Brazilian airline. I don't know if it still exists. It's a nice little screenshot there. Flying, I had the mouse cursor in front of it, but let's try again. Very nice. Hey, Monkey, you're in Bournemouth now? Welcome, man. I flew over Bournemouth earlier today. I did a touch and go at Bournemouth University. I went to university there years ago. I can fly there. I probably will fly there again and try to land on Bournemouth University, but not of this airplane, with a lighter aircraft, because this one is too fast and too touchy. Like I can't even do like a roll without really being careful with it. I like to get the Microsoft menu of death that tells me game over. I think someone just knocked, but I can't. Oh, excellent! Welcome. Thanks for the follow, man. I'll follow you right back. All right. What are you studying in Bournemouth? Here's a follow for you. Must do a follow in Carnez, Olivia. But watch out my airspeed here. This game, I really have to keep an eye on it, you know. Carnez, Olivia, okay. Follow as well. Product design. Excellent. I studied creative advertising. I don't even know if they have that course yet. Still, but many years ago. I used to live in the student village on the Talbot campus. And then later I lived in Maple Road, Winton, was it? I forget the name of part of town. Is the pier still there? Is it Microsoft Flight Simulator? It looks like it sank. Does Dylan's bar still exist in Talbot campus? We can get a pint. And do they Winton Student Village? Okay. And do they still have the English breakfast in the cafeteria? Very unhealthy, but I used to love it, especially after I was drinking too much the night before. Excellent. Well, that's lovely to hear. Thanks for joining for the follow and for joining me on the stream here. I'll do another flight in Bournemouth for sure. I want to land on the university with the lightest airplane in this game, the Savage Cup, like this yellow little prop plane. It was very slow, but even though it's fragile, it's probably my favorite plane in the game so far. I like the simpler planes. I haven't even flown a jet yet. Do you like flight simulators? Or all sorts of video games? Or flight simulators in particular? Fusion building, huh? Yeah, I don't know that building. I have to visit. I'm gonna try to do my best to come to England this year. Look at that light in there, that's looking nice. I'm gonna do my best to come to England and Bournemouth this year. And when I come, if you're there, I'll buy you an English breakfast or a pint, all right? Or a coffee, whatever you prefer. Very nice weather here in the west of France. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about this game. You can fly. The best thing about this game is that you can fly anywhere in the world. So it gives you even if you're not a huge fan of flight simulators, it gives you basically a Google Earth with a flight sim built in, so you can fly somewhere you've been and reminisce a little bit. Soccer, huh? Well, I'm from Brazil. I used to play soccer, not professionally, but many years ago. I'm originally from Brazil. My dad was English. And the best soccer video game I ever played was Sensible Soccer many years ago. It was like a top-down sort of arcadish, but really fun. Really, you could control like the spin of the ball when you kicked it. I haven't played the FIFA's, any sports game really for a long time. Yeah, this is the French countryside, but it's right over the channel. I don't like national borders anyway. It's the Earth countryside here, but very relaxing. The English countryside is gorgeous too. I'm gonna do many more flights there because I have family who lives there, and I want to land, by my friend's house to kind of give them a bit of a thrill. And look at that shadow of the little antenna on the heart there. You see that shadow of the antenna? Very nice detailing. Oh, a little bit of a stutter there, but happens sometimes. It's loading all this data. See where we are. Okay, we're approaching Brest. Amazingly, we're making it there, Marcel. Almost there. There's the Brest airport. You can see the lights. I'm gonna fly past it because I'm gonna fly a little bit south here. I think this is where the town is, so I'm gonna pass the airport, do some flies over the town, then turn back and land there. Land down here where you see. 4 crashes later, yeah. Hey, that's what happens when you're a totally inexperienced pilot in your first flight in a turboprop. You try to cross a channel without knowing what the heck you're doing. But hey, that's the fun thing about video games. All right, let's. I'm gonna cut the power. I'm gonna get lower here. All right, we're finally arriving after I think 5 crashes. I don't think it was 4 crashes. Maybe one of them was Microsoft Flight Simulator software actually crashing. But I did overstress the airframe like 3 or 4 times on this flight. I had to restart 3 or 4 times. Not familiar with this plane at all. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here, doing very irresponsible things. And I have this like flight person, like electronic voice, you're landing gear. When you cut power in this plane, it starts telling you landing gear. So to make sure that you remember to put down the landing gear, which I guess is a good thing to happen. You know, there's the Brest airport. It's Brest, B-R-E-S-T, not an anatomical breast. Just to be clear here, I'm not you know, it's not a curse. I don't know what to like. I'm confused about this whole Twitch. If this is for children or not, but you know. A child needs a breast to survive, so I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, they show guns, and I'm not even going to go there. Okay, I'll just shut up. But here we are. I think this is where the French Navy has like aircraft carriers and nuclear submarines and all sorts of other fun toys or destructive toys that I like to play with in video games, but not in real life. Looks like this whole like fleet of little sailboats here have sank recently. Maybe it was a big storm from climate change, I don't know. Or maybe it's just Microsoft Flight Simulator getting confused. So this is interesting. I wonder what they do with the military things. Is it an aircraft? I'm not going to see an aircraft carrier down there. You know, let's take a look. Going to the port view if you're the co-pilot. A bit back. What's all that? Look, some giant locks here. Maybe that was like some boat there that got photographed in satellite view and appears here. So as I keep going on about what I do it for, potentially brand new views. You see your house, my house? All right. Yeah, the boobies. They you know, everyone censors boobies, but you know, you can show like a gun shooting is fine, but if you have a boobie, God forbid, you know, you have to put like a little sticker on it, like an Instagram. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is some sort of I guess military or a navy port. The French have some water treatment plants there to make sure that all the sailors, you know, are healthy. I guess it's some sort of military boat that was caught in the satellite. Where is the Brest Center? Marcel. Luckily, you're not flying the Italian player to Everton. Yeah, it would have been pretty expensive insurance, right? If I crash many times. I don't follow soccer these days or football, so I don't know. Oh, that's Brest, I guess, right? So I don't know. I know, you know, I know Pelé, I know Romario, I know Ronaldinho, I know Bebeto. That's more like my generation, but I prefer playing sports than watching them because, you know, I don't mind watching sports, but it's so much money in it these days, and it's such a huge marketing thing that it doesn't interest me as much as when I was younger. But you know, it's fun still. Here we are over Brest. Let me know if you want me to orbit over anything in particular here. There's some sort of crazy blue roof of a building there. It looks like some pretty nice architecture. This is the Microsoft AI slapping down buildings, building models based on what they feel it may look like from the satellite view. Bournemouth Cruise Palace 00. All right. I'm going for Bournemouth because that's my university town. So is your house? You have to send me the address of where your hometown, your house is, Olivia. So I don't know if it's in Brest or nearby, but I think that's a cemetery or something. I don't know. But there's a nice looking bridge there. It seems, or at least Microsoft Flight Simulator, what it looks like here. Other side of what? Hold up. Other side of water. Okay, I don't know where the water is. Hold up. Like around here. I don't know if you can see that. Like that BST there, is that where it is? Or like on this little peninsula here. Oh, is that for real? Homs Cavell. No, oh, Ronskaval, that's Olivia, okay. Excellent, excellent. It's the monkey. Yeah, I miss Bournemouth. I'm going to go and visit as soon as I can. I miss Rome. I miss France. Now look at the beautiful cloud formations here over Brest. Let me cut the engine. Okay, it's on the peninsula. Okay, Ronskaval. All right, let's go over there. So Marcel Beck brought me here originally, and now Olivius Carnet is gonna get me to cross this little, the water over there to try to go to Ronskaval and see if she can see her family's house. Okay, let's try to do that. To descend through the cloud here. I keep an eye on my airspeed so I don't break apart and get the menu of death. Okay, so I'm gonna head over there. Right, you're gonna have to say like turn left, turn right, and you realize there's a delay. I think there's about 5 seconds delay between what you type and what I do, because I'm not like an affiliate yet, so I think I don't get the super fast the super fast response time. But here we are over Brest after many crashes, especially for Marcel Beck. And now let's fly a little bit further. Fantastic! I'm glad that you are happy, Marcel, and I'm gonna try to make you happier by doing touch and goes and all sorts of world landmarks and other interesting places. Okay, in the future. Look at this nice lighting here and that green the green peninsula over there. Yeah, I want to figure out this player as well. I thought you were joking, but I guess it's some other real life thing, huh? All right, well, here we are over this little peninsula. I'm going to open the VFR map here to show you where we are. GPS tracking. Or maybe it's over here. Turn right, okay. This is being recorded so you can watch later too. And I can come and try to land around here somewhere. Emiliano Sala. Nice, you got a couple of soccer fans here talking. This is what I want this stream to be about, you know, just make a little community here with people who are nice. And oh, I'm flying to some weather. Let's get back to the inside the airplane so I can keep an eye on my airspeed, and I'm gonna try to keep circling here to see if we can spot Arne Olivia's family's place, perhaps at some point. I'm not sure if it's here. Maybe it's further up. Maybe it's like here. I'm not sure. Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear. Okay, I'm gonna do a real close fly past here, okay? We're near Brest. In La France. Je m'appelle Simon et j'aime piloter des aéroplanes. Is that correct? I don't know. I haven't spoken French in so long. Italian comes out though. I try to speak French these days. A bit of turbulence. Piper PA-46. Not sure if that plane is in this game. Check it out. Keep the map. Cross the water south and then west. Okay. All right. I'm gonna cross the water south and then west. Okay. Flying. This is I think there's a term in Twitch for this. It's a Twitch comments controlled backseat gaming or something, and I'm very excited to have Olivia telling me, Carne's Olivia telling me where to go here. All right, oui, très mignon, mon Simon. Let's go. Send a big hug to the Admiral there. Tell him that I'm going to Lake Izik-Kul in Kyrgyzstan soon. Okay, turning south and I'm going to turn west as requested. Put that over here. Zoom in on the map a little bit. Wonder what my fuel situation is. Let's see. I have 50 liters. I'm good. US gallons, I think. The terminology. Cannot see your map. Does not. I cannot see your map. It doesn't help to guide. Okay, no worries. But we can try again another time. West. Okay, west. Okay, go. Oh, sorry. I'm turning east. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Is it on the coast? Oh! I wasn't looking at the airspeed. Give me a second. I'm gonna restart nearby there, okay? Another crash. 6 of this one, I think. The name of the Lords, for goodness sake. Alright, let's see if there's a little... Here, I'm gonna take off from here. Okay, I'm gonna do this, okay? I'm kind of tired of flying this airplane. It's too... What? No, that would be sort of giving up, right? Now let's keep on that airplane. Let's do this. Set as departure. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna start in the air. I think it's around here or further south. I think it's here. I think it's around here. Set as departure. Go. 1, 2, bus. Très mignon. Okay, I have a list of stuff to buy in the supermarket afterwards. Bunch of cilantro, smallest roasted salted peanuts, and 1 bunch of scallions if they look okay. Okay. Ready to fly. Whoa. Jeez, what's going on in the weather here? What's going on in the weather here? Oh dear. At 5,000 feet. Am I in the right spot here? Okay. Let's go down through the clouds. Just a little bit of patience. 12 bus. Give me a second, trying to get down through the clouds. Here's 70 knots. I'm doing okay. Keep the nose down. Hopefully I won't crash. I'm at 4,000 feet. Okay, here we are. Nice. Okay, you sent the location. Oh, you sent it on WhatsApp? All right. Let me check it. Stand by. Why is my trim not working? Hold up. Trim's not working. All right, let me check the WhatsApp. Cut the power so I don't crash. All right, got it. All right, I'm right by it. I'm right by it. Okay.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
Okay, I'm gonna come from the. I'm gonna do an orbit here,
Landing gear.
and
Landing gear. Landing gear.
I'm gonna come from the other side. Let's do this.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Oh, there's a little airstrip. I can land. Try to land there afterwards. All right, around here. Fantastic. 1, 2, boss. Thanks for guiding me. I'm gonna land here, okay? So Marcel back, we ticked off the breast. Olivia, we ticked off flying by your house. Let me try to give you a little view here with nothing. Looks really pretty. I want to visit this place. Wow. It's really nice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to land here with this airplane. I need a lighter airplane, I think. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to land on this road right here, okay? It's going to be my crazy maneuver, or one of my crazy maneuvers for this flight. Very pretty, beautiful area of the world. My friend Olivia's, her name is Olivia, guiding me here. Okay, landing gear down to make this digital assistant happy here. You can see from the outside of the plane, hopefully the landing gears are coming down. Yep. All right, flaps down. Flaps are down. Now we're going to go up, go in the cockpit. We're going to try to follow this road. This is probably not going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot, okay? Let's see. Because this plane, the landing speed of this plane, I think it's not too bad. It's still a propeller. It's a turboprop, but I think it's still doable, right? Here we go. Just gonna miss that tree over there. Just missing the tree. All right.
Stall.
Oh, all right. One, two, boss. I hope that I'm not scaring Amber's students in the other room. I should be a little more quiet. Okay, should I go up this road? In taxi. Let's see. GPS tracking is on. All right, let's go up the road. Microsoft Flight Simulator is also a driving simulator. You can drive on the roads. We've landed south of Brest, near in the hometown, I think, of one of my friends, because there was a chat. And let's see if we can taxi over to wherever the house is. Maybe we won't be able to, but because if the wingspan of the airplane goes across and it hits a tree and it finishes, that's going to be the end of the stream, all right? But this has been fun. Got 7 viewers here. Thanks for joining me. And here we are taxiing the south of France. Let's see if we can get through these trees here. Oh, just missed the left one. I don't know about if the collision modeling is going to model my wing clipping these trees or not. Seems to be okay for now. Doing my best. Oh, just missed that one. I think this is not going to work here. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, it went through it. That's good. It's funny, sometimes some trees, maybe the bigger ones, it models the collision, and maybe the bush is the smaller one is it doesn't. Not sure why, but all right, landed on a TBM 930, a turboprop as well, and that's my favorite thing to do in this game is to land in places that you know are not technically really supposed to. Not in airfields. Okay, I'm probably gonna. I think it's gonna crash here. We'll just leave it at that if it does. But let's see. Let's keep going. Oh, just okay. Some beautiful trees here. The beautiful tree modeling. Bringing love to Western France here. Oh, and there you go. It collided with an object and caused critical damage to the aircraft. Oh, mamma mia! All right. Well, I'm at 2 hours. You can see the uptime here if I ask my robot. 2 hours, 41 minutes. I'm going to leave it here. Thanks so much for joining me. Marcel, thanks Olivia. It's been a great pleasure. Thanks for the follow. It's Monkey. And let me see if I can do this one other thing here that I often try to do. It's like this little stream credits. I always forget to do it, so let's see if I can roll the credits live here. If that happens and it shows like whoever followed me and stuff like that to thank them. There you go. There's the credits rolling live. And thanks to, yeah, it's Monkey, Carnes Olivia. Oh, Jake Dog 7473. I didn't even see that one. Thanks for that follow too. And I hope to see you all again soon. Tonight I have, I don't even know what on my schedule. I think it's Arma night. It's like a shooter, like more like shooting some digital guns of some friends of mine to take out all my frustration for, I guess, crashing so many times in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But I'll be back in Microsoft Flight Simulator again tomorrow, 2 p.m. New York time. And thanks so much to all you lovely people. Bisous to everyone. Kisses, hugs, kiss and hugs to the Admiral as well, Olivia. Thanks Marcel Beck for this trip, for putting me on this place. Just a lot of coincidence happening here. This is what I want to happen here. I want to build a nice little community. I got someone from Bournemouth. It's the monkey, all right? And thanks so much. Lots of love to you all from Lovelybird 00-001. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.